afternoon. Welcome to Tunta Lifestyle Show. Joining me is a man who has seen it all, been through it all. He is an entrepreneur, social activist. He just recently started his political career. He's also a lawyer. I mean, this is a long, interesting list of titles he has. My name is Mabel, and of course, joining me is the one and only Mr. Simon Mulenga Mwila. I hope I've said it that right.
Yes, that's it. That's right. Yeah, Simon Mulenga Mwila. Yeah.
All right. So, just like many other people, any other person out there, people have got a background. Tell us about your background. Who is Simon Mulenga Mwila?
Simon Mulenga Mwila is a Zambian youth born on 20th January 1991, married, and I have one child. I did my primary school at Southend, then later on at Twalumba Basic School in Lilanda. Then I went to Matero Boys, where I did my junior secondary, and I completed my high school at Munali Boys. Yeah, I started work, and from work I did my Bachelor of Laws at Zambia Open University. Then proceeded to Zambia Institute of Advanced Legal Education, ZIALE, where I did my LPQ and I became an advocate. My bar exams, for lack of a better term, and I'm a lawyer by profession. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So I'm more interested in understanding how it was for you growing up. There's a picture of you I came across on Facebook. Now that's an interesting picture.
Which one is that? The shake one.
The one we're holding, the usual drink.
Some drinks. These are locally brewed alcohol. Yeah.
And it was attached to, I think, to one of the pictures.
When I'm an advocate.
No, I think it was your graduation.
Yes, actually, when I was called to the bar. Yes, I think I had shared it twice. It's trending now because someone has said, those who said beer can take you nowhere, it can take you somewhere. But my reason of sharing that was to encourage just the youngster out there who has big dreams, and just show them that it's not the end of the world. I was going through a phase at that moment. When you saw that picture, I was drinking. Actually, there was nothing dramatic about it or anything for the sake of attention on social media or just cloud chasing. No, that was a real life situation at that point. I was going through my lowest at that moment in life. Yeah.
Okay, so you have agreed that you are a lawyer by profession, you
Yes.
are a social activist,
Yes.
you are a businessman, you are a father, you are a husband. What else have I left out?
I'm a comedian. I don't know why the people on Facebook call me that.
So in my head, I'm like, this man has got so many things on his plate. How do you balance? How do you find the time, the energy, the dedication to do all those things?
You see, I believe each and every one of us has 24 hours a day. You really need to prioritize what really matters to you. When we are young as youngsters, I believe from 18 to 40, 45, yeah, but I'm 31 years old now. So when I look at the 24 hours I'm giving in a day, I really need to dedicate it to a number of things. So what I do is, when it's time for politics, I'll do my politics. When it's time for me to be an advocate, I'll do my work as a lawyer. When it's time for me to be a husband, I'll be a husband. It all takes a lot of discipline and knowing what you want to achieve.
True.
For you to divide so many roles in life. It's not easy, but it's manageable. You need to get rid of certain vices in your life and activities that steal much of your time. Yeah.
Okay, you can just shed more light when it comes to your social activist career. What exactly are you looking at? What issues are you trying to solve or put out there?
Number one, I want to look at the issues of the inequalities that is in society out there, especially when it comes to the youth. You see, the youths have been neglected for a number from I don't know. We've always been taught that timiti kula impanga.
That's
So
true.
we're now old. I don't know which impanga, but if until they cut off and they make chakos, whatever can be done. So
Yeah.
I want to be to wake up youth. I want to be pushing. You give them a drive and say,
Yeah.
guys, if this can be done, we can achieve that. We can do this. We can do that. So that's another aspect. And I also want to be. I also look at for youth that are really struggling with abuses of alcohol and drugs. I used to drink. I used to smoke. I've smoked dagga before. I've smoked cigarettes. I stopped growing up, yeah.
Growing up, yeah.
So I always try to tell guys that, guys, here I am. You can be a better person in society and contribute positively. How do we do this? It's not easy, but if someone is able to talk to someone and tell them, oh boy, the narrative will change. I think we're good to go.
Okay. But for someone who's going through what you went through, how did you manage to come out of it? Because not everybody's got the strength you had or still has got the strength you have. But how did you manage to come out of that drug and also alcohol abuse?
Like I said, everything begins with the mind and what you want to achieve in life. One thing you should understand, Mabel, is that life, you see, success is subjective. Huh?
Yeah.
What might be success to you might not be success to me. So, and there's some people are content, huh? No, them.
Oh.
No, anything. I've come across such relatives where you say, I want to empower you. You tell them how much do you need. And then paying for 500. So it's all about knowing what you want and what your goal is in life. You get the point. So I look at life saying, I do not want to die an average person. I want to leave a mark and say, there lived a Simon. There lived Simon who touched this world in these aspects of life. So every day, that thing is what really pushes me. And of course, I'm human. Sometimes you backslide and do things that actually go against your vision or what you want to achieve. So
I like it. So every now and then we're back mission. Don't go too fast, have fun, but make sure you come
sure
back.
that you know what you want to do. Yeah.
No, that's true. Yeah. And also, it's very interesting to have such a young man, share his dreams, his background. What's the big picture moving forward? What should we expect out of you in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now?
The next 5 years, I gave it a go at politics. I did not make it. Inshallah, I am zero.
I think so. You can say that it's fine too.
So that's my father actually. So people have on Facebook have said he's my father. I'm the son. I'm junior zero. My dream is to actually get into parliament and help pass good laws that will actually change things around. You will not change things if you're not part and parcel of the system.
Yeah.
Because there's a system. So you could do but as long as you're not in there, it's very difficult for you to have so much impact. So by the next general elections, I'm sure that I'll get into parliament because I've learned from my mistakes. I know where I did not go right and how best to, it's strategies. I was trying for the first time and I didn't succeed at it. I don't believe in failure is final. Even the bar exams, I did not have it at the first attempt. I failed, but eventually I got my place at the bar. So to me, failure has now become something that I understand and is part of me. If you don't make it, just keep on trying. One day or the other.
True. So I like one point you brought up, which is keep on trying. You may not get it right the first time, but just keep on trying. Talking about opportunities.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe yourself as somebody who's been so lucky? You've achieved so much at a very young age, or maybe just took discipline and hard work.
You see, life is not even about. I have always wanted to share this with many youngsters or young people like myself. Life is about opportunities. There are opportunities everywhere. We're looking around. Just like we are seated here, you can just come to Sunshine and say, "Oh, guys, I want you to clean and to be cleaning your glasses and everything. Yeah. These windows panes so that they're clean." I have branded myself as Simon Mulenga Mwila. I'm a brand on my own, and people have seen the need to associate with me. I deal with so many big names around, and one thing I have done is not to be cheap. Most of the youngsters, we make a mistake. You become cheap. What do I mean by the word cheap? These rich men and women in this country, and the only thing you do is each time you see boss jumbo yadira passing 100 kwacha. What you're doing, you're putting value on your forehead, and these people will not give you an opportunity that will change your life. Come up with ideas. Big man. Okay, maybe why don't we start making such chairs?
Yeah.
Why don't we start making brochures that are this way? I know that it's my interest, but you have the capital and the resource than every time coming to beg from you. I think it's a very bad vice that youth have reduced themselves to beggars, for lack of a better term. Yes, things are hard out there. But I think if you create yourself or you create value around yourself, definitely people will hang around you. It's not something I'm trying to. I don't know how I can explain it, but once you have value to yourself, you become a brand. We pay for these expensive phones. It's not like they're the best. There are these phones that are cheaper actually with better features and resolution, but we still pay for. Yeah. So
every now and then
you really need to be. Why there? Opportunities are there, but value is very important. Create value around yourself. You may have nothing, but wisdom, things will change. People will come to you, and you become a solution. So the key is not being a problem. Be someone who solves problems. What is the problem? What is the solution? Simple.
Nice. Always provide a solution.
Yes.
Don't be
so
the
people
problem.
who create problems do not have so much to themselves.
Okay.
But those who sort out problems make money.
Nice. It's very simple, but it takes someone to actually think about it for a second.
Yes,
then you actually find the meaning in what you just said now. Quite very true and interesting. Talking about branding, I mean, I've been following your post and you have so many interesting things there. And you have this notion about cars and buying, a plot of land. And you always find, controversial statements which are actually true in real life. And you always say, as a youth, as a young person, always go for a car rather than you buying a land. Why do you think like that?
First things first, building is expensive.
But don't you think buying a car is expensive?
No. Cars are very affordable. You find a piece of land, give or take maybe 30,000 if you want those traditional land. Just putting up a structure there to get 200, 300,000 for you. But with a car, once you're mobile, it's very easy for you to move around and touch so many places. I was told this notion of being mobile by one big colleague or my Uncle Chola. He would see me, I would struggle so much, and I'm a bus. So you realize that, do you know how much time you waste every day on a bus and everything? You can actually multiply. A car can buy you land, but land can't buy you a car immediately. Why? When you're young, you need a car. It's now a necessity. It's not even a luxury. It's chakwa fokusera ko muntu wanda papene kwa pie diro bare kufa kusala mapaki. Tulime ka basa mukwera shan, look at the inconvenience and
plus traffic too.
But either way, whatever works for you, go for it. It depends with the kind of job you do and the kind of hustle you do. If you're in business, you're in what, you choose what works for you. I've seen friends who have started with land, they've bought cars. I started with a car, I've bought pieces of land around, so it has worked for me. Just go for what works for you. But any day in time, I would advise a young person to first buy a car before they can think of buying land, because building is truly expensive. It is expensive. It's an expensive venture that if you do not have a steady cash flow, you'll just be frustrated and just say, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So now I'm looking at it from a different point of view. So it's possible to actually start with the car, like you've described it. It's no longer a luxury thing. It's actually a necessity because it helps you with time management, programs, and all that stuff. So it helps you to keep your time on track.
Yes.
Now I'm seeing it from a different point of view, and I think I agree now. I do. So yeah.
I'm just going out. You know, there is always that.
The type of branding people look forward to.
It's branding. To me, any day in time, a car is, go for it.
Exactly. I like that. And talking about, I can't help it but always point out one thing, which is success, because you are one of the few people we have in Zambia who has made it for themselves. I'm not boasting on his behalf, but it is true, you guys. It is true.
We built the ground up, eh?
You have. From being the young man you were growing up to what we see today, and we know we're expecting more from you. What has been one thing which has really helped you in your career?
There's one strong woman that I know that has kept me going. And she's a person that showed me that life, you really shouldn't give up. And you should achieve anything. That's my mother. Mom has been my source of inspiration, and she's just this generous person, very wise person. Actually, Mom used to work for the judiciary, and I I also work for the judiciary for part of my time before I resigned and everything. So, mom, I would see sometimes someone court you find young lawyers are pushing them around because they would, for lack of a better, they would feel they are more superior than the registry staff because mom was working in the registry. So that did not sit well with me, and I said, one day I want to be a lawyer, just to make this woman proud that she can also produce a lawyer. And I'll be very honest with you, one of the main reasons I'm an advocate was just to show my mother that through her sacrifices and hard work, the same people who are pushing and there are people who lack a sense of humility. What's it triumph? And I got a boasty. So ni normal. But you don't really need to rub it off people's faces. So I said I work so hard and just make sure that I do a lot of sacrifices and make a difference in my family. That has been my goal. Just to make sure that mom is okay. At least to me, I'm okay with that.
That's a very beautiful inspiration that you had. So your last words to young people out there, young men and women who may not really have the opportunities you have, but are trying or aspiring to actually do something for themselves, be somebody in life, what's your last word? What's your word of encouragement before we wind up?
My word of encouragement to every youngster out there is that, number one, buy a skidea.
What's a skidea?
You can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
My last words to you is that never give up, guys. There are opportunities in this world, and life is full of chance. Chance happens to them all. Guys, eventually, with the right mindset, and of course, putting God first. I always tell people that there is power in prayer, and being in the house of the Lord will take you away from certain vices that so there are opportunities there, and seize every opportunity. If you're struggling from drugs and everything, you can reach out to me on social media, and I can recommend friends that have rehabilitation centers, or we can just have a chat with you and see how best we can help you. And it's not easy to stop drug abuse, and people go into drug abuse for various reasons. Some are depressed, some have given up, but giving up is not the solution, brothers and sisters. There is always chance to live tomorrow. Every day above the ground is a blessing. So with the right mindset and positive attitude towards life, you will do it. Remove the thing of you feel like you're entitled to people's success. You need to push. Same even with humans, it's the same. We are all fighting our own battles. This is a jungle. We are all just trying to survive. So find somewhere where you can easily find prey for you to feast on and survive. Otherwise, you kind of a blame game and just feeling hopeless. It will never happen for you. It begins with you to make it happen. If you don't make it happen, I like
that. So in the words of Simon Mulenga, Mwila, as a young person, as a young female or young man, always go for your what? Eskido.
Eskide.
It's your slang, so I'm just trying to make sure I pronounce
Skide.
Always go for Skide. No, thank you so much, Mr. Mulenga Mwila.
I'm very grateful, and I'm humbled. Nice to have you. Been around you people. You're an amazing team, and I wish you success in whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
We'll be watching you internationally, and we'll grow together. At least I'll remember that one day I came in a pink t-shirt for Adinta.
And remember this day forever, and say, you know what, once had a man who always advocated for, as a young person, to always go for a car.
That's right.
We remember. That is Mr. Simon. So once again, thank you so much. Do you know, by the way, our slogan at Utuntu?
No.
It's at Shanapo.
Yeah?
At Shanapo. No, but wait. You're too fast. You're too much in a hurry. So we had Simon. I'm sure you guys got inspired like I did. I'm sure you guys are looking like from a different point of view, like I am looking at it right now. So thank you so much. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We are Utuntu Zamgazine on Facebook, Utuntu Zamgazine on Instagram. We are also Utuntu Zamgazine on YouTube. So at least if you can like us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and also like our page on Facebook. So from us, you know our slogan, right?
Achani hapo.
On 1, 2, 3. From us and Mr. Simon, it's
Achani hapo.